Hey guys, how you doing? And today we got to talk a little bit more about Dune. Now, there will be spoilers. You have been warned. Let's dive in. Now, since the Dune 2020 trailer has dropped, everybody's buzzing around Dune. There are a lot of people who have no clue what Dune is. Totally cool. Of course, it's one of the best sci-fi books ever written by Frank Herbert. But I've heard a lot of people say this following statement: I'm going to go watch the 1984 Dune to get myself prepped for the new one by Denis Villeneuve. I'm here to tell you, don't do that. For the love of God, don't do that. Because there are a few things that 1984 Dune got hysterically and utterly wrong. It got a lot of things right and was close to the book in certain regards. But there are other things that they screwed up hysterically. And I'm going to tell you what they are. And then we're going to go into more specifics. All right, first thing they screwed up is Paul's story, especially at the end. 2, they screwed up the Weirding Way. Hysterically bad. Oh my God, did they fuck up the Weirding Way. 3, they generally screwed up the Bene Gesserit. 4, they also screwed up the Guild Navigators. So, that's the too long didn't read without major spoilers, but now we're going to get into spoiler heavy territory for the 84 Dune and possibly Dune 2020, but if you've read the book, you already know what's going to happen, and you already kind of know where I'm going with this. All right, first off, how did they screw up Paul Atreides? Well, it goes back to what Frank Herbert was trying to do with Paul Atreides from the get-go. If you read this quote, you know what I'm about to say. Frank Herbert said, all heroes should have this warning label stamped on their forehead. Maybe hazardous to your health. You see, Paul Atreides isn't the typical hero. He's not going to come in, sweep in, save the day, and everybody's going to be all right. No. He's the protagonist. I wouldn't call him a hero, and let's just leave it at that. But in the movie 1984, they basically turn him into the second coming of fucking Jesus, which he most certainly is not, even though in the later books they do build a religion around him. But let's just say, to spoil this in the 84 movie, by becoming what's called the Kwisatz Haderach, he literally makes it rain on Dune by his own power. That is not what Paul can do in the books or the actual main story. That was so utterly wrong. It's not even funny. Plus, the Weirding Way and being tied to the voice like it just, no. You guys, fuck that all up. Paul is not the second coming of God. Yeah, no, he is not a Messiah. He's not the all-powerful one. Just that's not Paul's story. If you want to know what that story is, read the book or watch the 2000 series Sci-Fi. But the 84 characterization of Paul is just wrong. Now we got that out of the way. Well, that kind of led into point 2, the Weirding Way. No, it is not an attack technique based around sound. Yes, there is the voice, and it is a power of the Bene Gesserit, but the Weirding Way is not tied to that in any way. The best way I saw the Weirding Way explained would be the sci-fi follow-up series Children of Dune. Imagine every muscle and ligament in your body a string of a violin, of a Stradivarius. The Weirding Way teaches you to play every single muscle like its own little chord, and then it teaches you how to play every muscle in your body like a symphony, so you can do things that would literally be considered superhuman. Like I'll give you an example. If Usain Bolt knew the Weirding Way, his 100-yard dash would be done in 3 seconds or less. He could run. He could accelerate as fast as like a vet. He goes 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. 3 seconds. That's the kind of stuff that the Weirding Way would allow the human body to be able to do. So the whole, it's something developed by the Atreides and have something to do with sound. 100% fucking wrong. It has to do with the next segment, the Bene Gesserit. See, the Weirding Way was made by the Bene Gesserit to understand their bodies. And they can do things with their bodies that will blow your fucking minds. You really want to know what the Bene Gesserit can do in some of their abilities? Ask, and I will answer. But some of the stuff the Bene Gesserit can do, unreal. Just unfreaking real. But not only did they mess that up, they messed up, Paul's power affecting, Bene Gesserit, Reverend Mutters, and no. They screwed up. They screwed up so much with the Bene Gesserit, it could fill up its own video. That's how badly they screwed the pooch of the Bene Gesserit. And that also kind of goes into the Gale Navigators. They did do them right, and they didn't do them right. They didn't do them enough justice, and they didn't make it enough a part of the central plot that runs through Dune that you're just not going to get with the 84 Dune. Because the way the 84 Dune ends is Paul becomes the Messiah, and everybody just falls in line because he's the Kwisatz Haderach. And that's not what happened, not by a long shot. If you really want to know, read the book or watch a 2000 sci-fi series for more details. Because again, that'll ruin the story. But let's just say how 84 Dune ends the story and how the story actually ends are two entirely different fucking things. Oh my god, are they two completely different things? So, to wrap this all up and to not throw away the entire movie, though if you've read the book again or you watched the 2000 sci-fi series, you're generally going to know how the movie goes. And this is going to be a two-parter Dune movie to cover the first book, because the first two Villeneuve movies, they're covering the original book Dune. But to sum it all up, if you want the best understanding, read the book by Frank Herbert. That is the best source. But if you can't do that, there is a 3-part sci-fi 2000 sci-fi miniseries, Dune. It's 6 hours. And I can tell you right now, the costumes suck. The set designs are horrid. Oh my god, you can tell where they cut money. And it was definitely in props and set and costume. They cut a lot of money out of there. But it does the best job of explaining the book. In my personal opinion, that's out right now. We have to see what Villeneuve will do. But from what I've seen so far, he's sticking to the books. But anyways, after that little 8-minute diatribe, for the love of God, do not, under any circumstance, watch the 84 Dune and then expect to know what happens and expect the story to unfold as you think it will with the 2020 Dune. I'm telling you that right now. They screw up a lot. Anyways, I'm Jeff, and I'll catch you next time.